ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Boxing Voice Radio from the Wynn Casino here in Las Vegas, live on Blue Wire. This is episode number 5, and we will be joined with Rob Safar and Shushu Carrington. Today, we're going to be talking about what's next with Teofimo Lopez, as it seems like he's come out and said he no longer wants that Arnold Barbosa fight, went as far as calling him a bum. So I'm assuming it's going to be someone else. And with what Espinoza was saying with the back and forth with he and Devin Haney, there's a possibility it could be Ryan Garcia that is in line for a Teofimo, if not a Tank. So I'm joined alongside, obviously, Ringwalk Danny. What's going on?
What up, champ? How are you?
Oh, man, another episode here from the Wynn Casino, and happy to be doing what I love. What about yourself?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So we're going to be joined in studio, obviously, with Rob Safar and his coach, Ibn Kaysen, actually. And, yeah, man, I mean, let's just go right into it. Rob, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. You looking like $1 million, brother. You're looking good.
I feel like $1 million, my brother.
I see you, man. So you coming off of win, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
But you got injured.
That is correct too, sir.
What happened exactly?
So,
Give me some details here.
I tore my biceps in the first round after like 10 seconds into the fight.
Wow.
Yeah, so the first right hand that I throw, I tore my biceps.
So mentally, that had to be difficult because now you got an entire fight ahead of you.
Yeah.
And did you still have mobility of that arm?
No. I had mobility, but I didn't have no pop. I didn't have no power, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like after each second that went after the injury, I started feeling like my bicep was like numbing, and it really started to hurt bad, you know. So I tried to use it a couple of times after the first right hand that I threw, when I torn it, and after like the second right hand I thrown after that right hand, that's when I realized, it's kind of fucked up, you know.
Mm. Now, how'd you deal with that pain mentally and get through this fight? Obviously, it only lasted 1 round, so even with one arm, you got the job done.
Yeah, so actually what happened was like right after I torn the biceps and I started feeling like that it was actually torn, that's when I felt like, I just got to get him out of there. So I just felt like I had to go to the inside, and when I was on the inside, I tried to throw like short shots where I don't need to like, how do you say, like wing my actual like arms, and I don't know, I just got him out of there with a body shot, and yeah, that was.
Did you feel, I don't know, I guess relieved that it didn't have to go all 6 rounds, especially with one hand?
Yeah, I mean, I felt relief. That's why I was so happy after he quit. Like after they announced it as a TKO, like after he quit, that's why I got so happy. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I don't want to call it luck. Obviously, you put in the work, but that happened with Berto versus Jesus Soto Carras, and he got a loss in that fight, because he had an injury to the bicep, and, unlike you, he wasn't able to get a knockout with one arm, man. So credit to yourself. Now, what are the doctors telling you?
I mean, I had to do a surgery. I did a surgery this Monday, and hopefully I'm going to take off the cast that I got on me next week.
Wow. Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Are we that far advanced in medicine? It's only a week with a cast?
I'm going to take off the cast in a week, but then I got to start doing the rehab process, and that's probably going to take a while,
What are they telling you? How long?
I don't know, and I don't want to listen to it, I just believe in God, bro, and I believe that anything is possible, so I believe I'm going to be back in a second, bro.
So I want you to take us, I guess, to the beginning, because I was just notified that you're part Sweden, and the only other Swedish boxer that we know is Badu Jack, who obviously, you being from Las Vegas, you
and
must
Ingmar
know.
Johansson.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Heavyweight who beat Floyd Patterson?
Nah.
Oh, yeah, but
I'm not a historian.
He was like the man before Badu Jack, So yeah.
So tell me about, your Swedish upbringing or background.
Oh yeah,
Who's Swedish?
I'm born and raised in Stockholm, Sweden.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my dad immigrated from Middle East to Sweden, like a lot of other immigrants did from in different parts of the world. Mm-hmm. And he met my mom, and I grew up in
So where's your mother from?
She's Swedish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mother and father.
Now, my dad is from Middle East.
Okay.
So he immigrated to Sweden.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my mom is Swedish. She's a real Viking, my mom. You know, got blonde hair, blue eyes, you know. She's a big lady. That's probably where I got my size from, you know. But, and I grew up like in a segregated area because like back home, it's like all immigrants, they get put outside the city. You know what I'm saying? And like all the immigrants live like in a segregated area. And you can come from wherever, like Africa, Asia, Middle East, or whatever, you know. But they try, I don't know why, but I felt like they try to keep all the immigrants away from the city where all the Swedish people live. And what actually happened because of that was like people that's from the neighborhoods, whatever you want to call it, they created their own culture, you know, they created their own like some people don't even speak Swedish over there, you know?
Oh.
So it's like when you're in the city, like you see the real Swedish culture, right? But then when you go out, like outside the city and you go to the segregated areas, it's like a third world country, right?
Wow.
And that's where I grew up. And you know, the neighborhood taught me a lot. And my dad left when I was like 11. And you know, I got raised on the streets, I would say, you know. And then I found boxing when I was 19, and you know, changed a lot in my life, you know. And I came here 4 years ago, and yeah.
How'd you make it here to America?
You know, it's easy to get a visa.
Okay.
As a when you're from Sweden, it's pretty easy. You can get a regular tourist visa by signing like an application online, and you get approved.
And which one did you go for? Tourist or working?
A tourist first. Yeah.
And how long did that take for your approval?
In 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe an hour. Yeah, but that's like 3 months visa. That's a 3 months visa. Yeah.
So how long did it take you to put this plan together to come to America and become a professional fighter?
I think it took me like 3 years, like in my mind, you know? Because I remember I planted the seed when I was here the first time. That was like 7 years ago. And I want to be here, you know? I want to be in Vegas. I want to be in Vegas.
7 years ago, this was before you were 19?
It was before I was a pro. Okay. No, I was 19 10 years ago.
Okay.
Or soon 11. I'm going to be 30 in November.
But at 19 is when you decided you wanted to box.
Yes.
So how many years after that did you make it to America for the first time, or was it before that?
I was 25 when I came in.
For the first time?
No, 26. 26. No, the first time I came in, I was like 23, 22.
And what was the nature of that visit? Was that boxing that brought you here?
Yeah, it was boxing.
Tournament?
It was boxing related. I came here just to like, you know, develop, you know, as a fighter. Because I knew this was like the mecca of boxing, you know. So I wanted to come here and get like the experience to be here and see how people are, like how the people's mindset is here, how they train. You know, I wanted to learn new stuff. I wanted to get back home after that and keep going with my amateur career. No, I wasn't pro.
Oh,
I was
you were amateur.
I was amateur. Yeah.
Okay.
So I came as amateur.
Wow.
But that's when I decided, because I always knew I want to be a pro. Because I never really liked the amateur style, you know? You know? But so I always wanted to be a pro. So I decided I want to be in Vegas. And 2-3 years after I was here the first time, now I'm here, you know? That was 4 years ago, you know?
So has it been everything, has it lived up to your expectations so far at Vegas?
No, it hasn't.
Why not?
I mean, lately, yeah. Because I thought everything is just gonna be like that, you know? You know, but it's a long road, bro. And I realize it's a lot of sacrifices, a lot of work.
What was one of the first sacrifices you realized you had to make?
That I had to move here and leave my family back home. I haven't seen my family in 4 years.
And you mean intermediate family, or are you married with children over there?
My family, everything. I'm not married over there, no, my whole family, bro. My friends, my family, like people that I grew up with. Because back home, as I said, it's a segregated area, so we all grew up with each other since kindergarten, you know? So our parents know each other from like back in the days. So it's like, you know, my friends is my family too, you know? It's like anywhere else where it's like a closed up, like segregated area, you know? People knowing each other from like 2 years old or whatever, you know?
So your mom's back in Sweden?
Yeah, my mom's back there, my sister's back there, you know, all my cousins, my dad, everybody, you know?
But you FaceTime at least?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, of course, you know, but it's like it's faded more with the time, you know? Like in the start, we started, you know, I FaceTime all the time, you know, I downloaded games to be able to play with them and, you know, But then, it's the 9 hours different, and it's like, they got their life and they gotta go to bed by a certain time, Then of course I got other friends that live a different lifestyle, but we don't really talk that much because we don't have that much. It's not that we don't have much common anymore, but it's more like they don't want to tell me stuff to stress my lifestyle out because they know how important the mindset is, So they don't want to tell me certain stuff because they know it's going to affect my mental, because it's going to stress me out. So I just try to they try to keep a lot of stuff faded,
So when you say that it's a third world country,
it's not a third world country. It's a mainstream
but
country.
But outside the city, you're saying it feels that way.
It feels like it. Yeah. Feels like
so I wanted to get a little more detail because obviously my family migrates from the Dominican Republic, which is a third world country. So when you say that, I'm thinking dirt roads and poverty. So I want to know what you're seeing.
Not the look of it, the act of it. That people be selling fruit outside. They be screaming half price today, da-da-da. People don't really talk Swedish over there. And the culture is different, It's just a different, it's like a different country, Maybe the look is still the same. It's still clean and everything. Some places are dirty, of course, Not as dirty as like a third world country. That's super ghetto to me, But it's still kind of it got its own flavor to it, That's what I'm trying to say. It's a different country.
And is there a boxing culture there?
Barely.
So when you decided at 19 to become a boxer, what happens? Where do you go? What do you have?
Hey, they got boxing facilities. They got boxing gyms. People are amateur boxers back home. We got a national team. We got all of that, But when I'm saying it's not a boxing country, it's people don't like boxing back home, That's I don't know how to say it, but a poor man's sport. Not only that, also that it's a lot of the regular Swede don't like it because it's so dangerous, So it never started to pop over there with boxing,
So how'd you like it?
I mean, I have a family friend. He was a boxer before, and when we grew up, I decided to live a different lifestyle than him, but we were still he was still my brother, right? I call him my brother. So, and he always told me yo, you should box, you should box. I came with him a couple of times to his sessions, But right after the session, I smoked a cigarette or, I'm talking about when I was 12, 13, 14. So, but I always had it in my family, boxing, in my family, I always had it in my family. And then I actually went to jail when I was 17, 16, 17. Went to jail.
In Sweden?
Yeah. I went to jail for a year and a couple of months.
Damn, and a whole year?
Yeah. And then I went to
That's some time. What you did?
I mean, there's private stuff, but yeah. There's stuff that happened, yeah. But anyway, I went to this place a treatment center for kids after that because they didn't want to let me on
So how old were you, though, when you did this year?
I was 17
to 18. It was juvenile.
And, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know what juvenile is, but it was a real
It was a real jail over there.
Not with old people, but up to 23, I think.
Okay.
So anyway,
yeah. So it's
I don't know what it's called, but anyway.
Detention center.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but anyway, after that, they sent me to a treatment center for kids, younger kids up to 21, because they didn't want me on the street right away. They wanted me to I don't know, develop.
I got to slow you down though, because you still didn't want to become a fighter until 19, so you must have been fighting in this.
Yeah, I've been
situation.
fighting my whole life since I was a little kid, bro.
Okay, so being in the system, did you have to fist fight?
Yeah, it happened.
Okay.
Yes, it happened.
Did that, I don't know, open the appetite for fighting?
No, I always like to fight. Honestly, I always like to fight on the streets and stuff, and I always had that, it's funny because, my friends always told me when I started boxing, they're like, yo, you're going to knock people out. I'm like, why? Because I always knock people out on the street. Always. People were sleeping, sleeping. And I also, this is just a little story I want to say, that we used to throw, rocks, on top of the project building. And it's a pretty high building, right? And I was the only one in my age up to 20 that could throw these rocks over the building. So people knew that even I knew it now today that I am very explosive. You know, that's where I get my power from. It's just that's from those rocks.
Damn, building up the strength. How big was them rocks, man?
Nah, I'm joking with you. Nah, but that's when I knew it. Like I'm super explosive, you know. And yeah.
So you made it to America. How'd you link up with Ibn, and why'd you choose him to be your trainer?
Bro. God put us together for sure, bro.
How? I want that story. I'm religious.
Yeah, okay, listen to this. So I came here as an amateur. Oh, no, I came here as a pro. I came here as a pro like the third time, the fourth time, whatever. And I actually sparred his brother.
Okay.
So I sparred his younger brother. And so I knew Ibn. I knew who he was. I knew of him. I didn't know him as a person like that, you know? And then I was in that process to get my visa and all that. So we already knew about each other. And then one day, I went to Starbucks, like a regular day. I went to Starbucks. And of course, Ibn is there because he's the Starbucks main man. You know, he should be sponsored by Starbucks for sure. But anyway.
What did you get?
Yeah, what'd you get from Starbucks?
I was about to get a regular coffee, like a Americano something, a hot one. But he put me on the Venti Ice Americano, bro. Yeah, he put me with cream. You know? Nowadays it's oat milk. Nowadays it's oat milk because we on the diet right now. But other than that, it's cream. But yeah, so I went there and I met Ibn there and I told him about that I needed like, he said, "What's up, champ? What you doing? Like, what's going on? What you doing there?" And I told him, I said, I'm about to, I'm trying to get my visa. Are you gonna move out here? I said, yeah. And then he said, I might be able to help you because I needed some help to get my visa. Anyway,
A sponsor, right?
Whatever case is, I just needed some help, right? And he said he could help me, right?
This guy's very private, huh? I'm going to keep prying. Don't you worry. Micah, bring the crowbar. We get in there.
Nah, so anyway, so I talked to him and he said, I might be able to help you. And I'm like, okay, like, why would this guy want to help me, right? Because I'm like, what is he like, what is he winning on about? Like,
what does he want?
Yeah,
what
exactly.
does he want?
What does he want to help me, right? So he said, yeah, you can meet me tomorrow or whatever, in the evening or whatever. I said, okay, let's meet at Whole Foods. I told him. I said, okay, I'll meet you at Whole Foods. And I went to Whole Foods the next day.
So y'all went to Starbucks to meet to
Nah, I didn't. I just met him about like coincidence.
Oh, by coincidence.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is
They had
God.
a casual meeting at a food place, and then they had a meeting in another food place.
Yeah,
I
so
get
we met
where
at
he's
Starbucks
going.
by a coincidence.
By chance meeting at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I think it's God, you know. And but anyway, I told him let's meet up at Whole Foods to do like discuss this thing he's gonna help me with.
Okay.
And the day after, I actually got the help that I wanted from somebody else. But I felt like it was just an hour until I was supposed to meet Ibn, right? So I'm like, yeah, I still want to like
See what he was talking about.
No, I still want to like maybe I don't know, bro. But when somebody's trying to help me, I want to give something back, you know. So I'm like, yo, maybe I can, give him a coffee deal or like some food or whatever, you know, just like to appreciate that he tried to help me. So I met him up there, and I'm like, I already fixed it, and he was like, what am I doing here then? I'm like, nah, I just wanted to give you like, I don't know, maybe we can eat or something, you know, like. He said, nah, I don't want to eat. We can just like drink water or whatever. I'm like, okay. So we started talking about boxing. And when we started talking about boxing, that's when I realized, hey, yo, this man is on another level when it comes to boxing IQ. And, I actually looked for a trainer, and I was like, can I try out to train with you? And he said, yeah, there's only 2 or 3 things I want you to do. I never want you to quit. I don't want you to ask me I don't want you to argue with me about like what I'm telling you to do. And I think that was about it. And the third, like, look at me as an older brother when you talk, like when you're in the gym. And yeah, after that, I've been attached to him, not only as a coach, but as a close friend and as a big brother and as a mentor.
So how were you guys together from the beginning? Like your first fight?
No, my 7th fight.
Oh, 7th.
I came in 7-0.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got 8 fights together, and all of them are stoppage except one. Nice. So yeah.
So when did you decide to go up in weight? Was that
my last fight?
Okay.
My last fight. And
what was the change? Why light heavyweight? Because that's a big jump from light heavyweight to cruiserweight. Obviously,
I'm a big guy, bro. I'm very big bone. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", But the thing is this. The light heavyweight thing was a dream, it was a dream to become a world champion and do my thing there. And then
move up.
Of course, I always wanted to move up. And I always thought it's going to be easier to be a cruiserweight because I can eat, I can do whatever I want to do, I don't really need to stress about the weight cut, But then, you know, since I moved there 4 years ago, I've been in like diets since 4 years ago. You know, I've been cutting weight almost 4 years, or let's say 3 years and something right now because I moved up. But I've been cutting weight every fucking day, bro. Because it's like, you're gonna have a fight, I'm not having a fight. You're gonna have a fight, you know how the boxing industry works. So it's like, you know, I've been cutting weight all the time. And, you know, I never got a fight. And, you know, and then when I did get a fight, like, I didn't perform as I do in the gym. You know, and Ibn told me that too. He been trying to tell me, like, for a long time, bro, you should just move up to cruiserweight. You should just move up to cruiserweight. And I was the one arguing with him, like, no, bro, this is my dream. This is my dream. Don't take my dream away from me. So, you know, I actually put him like, on the spot, because if I'm telling him don't take my dream away from me, that's him like, all right, I can't say nothing about that. But he was right.
And I'm going through your box record. It looks like the closest you've ever come to
178. 178, yeah. And I'm not going to lie, that was the last fight. That was the last fight. I looked like shit. Yeah, I look like shit.
Nah, I hear you, man. So, Ibn, talk to us, man. What did you see in this guy that made you want to invest your time?
I mean, when I look at a boxer, I'm looking at the inside, like who they are as a person, right? Just from a perspective of talent wise, I remember I was training my little brother, and we went and we sparred him, and I was looking at him, and I saw a bunch of different problems he had as far as technique wise, but I saw the natural ability he had, and I remember thinking to myself as I was training my brother, because I had my brother from day one, and I remember how hard it was to try to, you know, to get him to learn this talent, and I felt like my brother had a bunch of different gifts, but I remember thinking to myself, man, why can't I ever get somebody that's already has this like natural ability like him, like Rob? I was thinking that to myself, right? And I said, but you know, God has it. I got to do what I got to do. It's no problem, you know. But I was just wondering. And then when he came to me and we met at the Starbucks, I was like, okay, you know, again, it wasn't about training or anything. I had just stopped working with my brother. And I believe that God doesn't take anything from you without giving you equal or better in return. That's just my belief. And in my life, that's how it's always happened. So when I lose something, I actually get happy because I know I'm either going to find that thing back or I'm getting something better. 100%. That's how I believe. So at that point in time, me and my brother, we had went through a situation where we decided that we weren't going to work with each other, and I felt like I lost something because I was like, dang, I put 4 years into working with my little brother, and I love him, and but I just lost all that time, you know. Even though I was still happy that I showed my brother craft in a way that would make money, I still felt like I lost something. So I got happy, and then all of a sudden, I go into the Starbucks, I just by chance meet Rob. You know, just trying to help him out, and we get to talking, and then all of a sudden he asked me to train, and that came out of nowhere. But then I knew, I said, you know, this must be what my or better is going to be. You know, I mean, equal or better. You know, I'm not going to try to say nothing about my brother or anything like that, but that's why I felt like, okay, shoot, I was just now a year ago, or however long ago we sparred, was thinking to myself, why can't I ever get somebody like this is already like got this God gifted talent, and then all of a sudden it comes to me. That I have this opportunity. Now, I also, again, I like to look at who the person is because I just don't want to train anybody. When I train you, you're around my family. I'm investing my time into you, and it's not about the money for me. It's the time you cannot get back. You know, that's time I spend for my kids. You know, we in camp for 6 weeks, 2 months, or whatever case. I'm never going to be able to get that. My kids may say, "Hey, Dad wasn't there when I was growing up," and you know, I got it. You know, it's got to be justified.
It's got to be worth it.
Yeah, it's got to be worth it. So if I'm a be around somebody, they got to have a good core to me. So some kind of inside values that I like and that I.
So which are those values that he has?
That I like. I mean, he just has a good energy. Like his presence is good. He's just an overall good person. I mean, I don't want to say whether he's so super honest or whatever. You can make mistakes. You can lie and all that kind of stuff. You know. Did you eat pizza? Coach, no, I ain't eat no pizza. You know, okay, that's a lie. But, you know, then the next day, Coach, I feel bad. Why? I lied to you yesterday. What you ate the pizza, didn't you? Yeah, Coach, I feel bad. Like, I like that guilt, that quality right there that makes him want to feel bad. Like, I like those types of things. you know. And I mean, he's just a good person, you know. So you don't have to be good to me for me to train you. I just gotta feel your energy and have a good presence for me to be around you because I'm gonna be around you for a long time.
Now, what exactly was that natural talent? Because you're watching him spar your brother. Okay. What did you see him do? Because when you use the phrase natural talent, I'm thinking Roy Jones, how he can lead with a left hook, or you know, Canelo, how he has that lateral movement. That's not Mexican-like. So it's like that's some natural talent. That's a natural ability. What's Rob Safar's natural ability?
First of all, I believe that this guy is the hardest puncher out there for the cruiserweight division. But he just became a cruiserweight a fight ago. So you've obviously felt he was a puncher. 100%. Like his explosiveness is ridiculous. Like it's like you just can't explain it. Like you know, you could talk to some people when you got like you can ask Lonnie B. Yeah, Lonnie B. He'll tell you, bro. Like he has a different type of punch. It's just like unbelievable. It's like I would say it's like a mixture between a Gennady Golovkin and also a Benavidez. Like it's speed with pop with thud at the exact same time. I mean, you say Benavidez, I'm thinking combinations. You know that man is like a bunch of punches come at you. So you letting him go like that? No. He's not. He has his own thing. I'm just saying, just trying to give you a description of how to describe his power. That's one of the natural abilities that I saw. Also, he has this. Some people like when they do business, like they always win for some reason. They always find a way to be successful at what it. He always finds a way to come out on top there, whether you call it luck or whatever you want to call it. He has that ability to just find a way, you know. And when he was sparring my brother, I was able to. He was much more advanced than my brother at the time, but because I was able to pick out things that he was doing wrong, I knew what he was doing wrong, and we was able to exploit certain things. But I still saw that now. He still, even though my brother was punching him, and to me, my brother busted him up that day. That's just to me.
That's not true.
We all.
That's not true.
Damn, hold on.
You know what I mean? I mean, to me, my brother got the better. He got the better that day because you know I was coaching him and I was
Rob, you just said that's not true, but you're not saying nothing else.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Right. I let him slide.
I wanted to hear you defend yourself.
I mean, to me, I thought my brother got the better, but not because it was because I was able to exploit the deficiencies in his boxing IQ at the time. That's why. Because then he sparred my brother the next maybe 2 days later, and I wasn't there. And because I knew he was so dangerous, I talked to his coach, who's a good friend of mine now, Sargon. I said, hey, they said they needed work. I said, well, wait a minute, Sargon, I can't do that. I'm not going to be there. He said, no, don't worry, we work easy. I said, okay, if y'all going to work easy, because I knew how good this guy was. And I knew my brother wasn't going to be able to pick out those things that were weak. And sure enough, I guess, you know, that next day he sparred my brother without me there, and he broke my brother's nose, you know, because now my brother was
broken or busted leaking.
What was it?
Because broken.
I don't know.
I don't know. It wasn't broken. It was busted. They had to stop the sparring because it was leaking. Yeah, because it was. But either way, he got the better, and I was a little pissed off because I was like, "Yo, I thought y'all was going to, you know, chill. You know, that's not right. You know, I was a little mad at him at that point. But, you know, those are the things that I saw in him. I know he has that quality, man. He's a dog.
So obviously the injury not something you guys wanted, did slow the momentum up a bit, but what are you guys thinking as far as time frame, you know, to get back in the ring, or are you just gonna take things a day at a time?
No, I mean we haven't fought for 10 months.
Man, we're not worried, but this injury is nothing.
It's nothing,
man.
yo. This is a blessing, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have better footwork. I'm gonna have the best jab in the business.
It's some things that I wanted Rob to work on anyway, right? I told him he had to work on. I wanted to get his run game really good. You know, like that's something that I
be like David Goggin.
Yeah, we're going to be running. We're going to get the lower body really, really in shape, and because he doesn't like to run, he doesn't. You know, he's just, you know, a lot of times he relies off his explosiveness. But a lot of the explosive fighters, they get tired really quick. You know, they can generate a lot of power, but then they gas. You know, it's like they rev it up and then they just got to gas. So I want to take this time. I think it's a blessing. Maybe God wanted us to slow down so that way he could take this time, get his lower body right. We're going to really get that run game really good, and then hopefully he'll have explosivity and some longevity with his explosivity when we return.
So you was totally bullshitting when you said trying to get on that David Goggins.
What do you mean?
What you mean?
Well, I mean, you said you hate running. He runs like 40, 50 miles.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
why we're
that's
gonna
what we're
get
gonna
that. That's why we're gonna get that run game up, bro. I'm saying
Not
I'm gonna
40,
be
50
like
miles,
David
but we
Goggin.
gonna-
I'm not like David Goggin.
Yeah. We're going to be running a lot.
No, I was just gonna ask because, like, how can you? That's what I was asking. How would that apply to boxing, running for hours and hours?
No,
and hours?
that's just,
okay.
We just saying we're going to get our run
Yeah.
game on. That's it.
He's a boxing fan though.
Who? David Goggin?
Yeah, I've
didn't
met
know
him
that.
at a fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've met him.
didn't
at
know
a
that.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty tough mentally, bro.
I got a couple questions here from the people. James Valdez in San Antonio, Texas says, Usyk versus Fury, who becomes the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world?
Who? Talking about me?
Yeah.
Fury.
Why Fury?
Biggest size, like maybe probably the same boxing IQ, maybe a little bit better, but like I don't believe size make a difference. But in this case, if you're on the same level skill wise, size make a difference.
Coach.
I was a big Usyk fan, but he let me down last fight. A lot of stuff I didn't like about that last fight. Even though I picked him to win, I didn't like what I saw last fight. So before I would have said Usyk, but now I'm 100% Fury.
100%.
Yeah, easy Fury.
So what was it that you saw before?
Well, I mean, I think he fought the wrong fight. This fight, I think he should have pushed it a little bit more. I think he waited around too much. He let Joshua, kind of stay in his comfort zone a little bit too long. I didn't like how he approached that fight, and I think that Tyson Fury, he's got just too many weapons for him at this point, and I don't think he's going to. You're not going to outbox Tyson Fury. You're not, and the way he ran. I'm just judging him from his last fight. The way he ran around with Joshua, you can't do that with Tyson Fury. He's just going to outpoint you. I mean, Usyk could probably survive because he'll go into survival mode, but he won't win the fight based on points. It'll be easy for Tyson, and he has nothing to keep Tyson off of him. He don't have the crack to so he's got to outbox him. You're not outboxing Tyson. Yeah, so it's an easy fight for him.
Rob, what happened in the Grachev fight? I know that guy. He fought Edwin Rodriguez.
What happened?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Why didn't knock him out?
Exactly. Your coach saying you got this right hand from the heavens, man.
I mean,
why
then
you
we also
sleep
gotta
him?
remember that that's maybe why I moved up.
That's the weight issue.
I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I cut a lot of weight. I walk around right now 215 almost. And I went down to 178. You guys know how much weight cut takes on people.
Not just that, but to give it to Grachev, all them fights, he's only been stopped 3 times.
But I would have stopped him if he would have
Thomas
fought like.
Ostuzian stopped him, you know what I'm saying? Like
Who?
the tall South African. I
don't
watched that fight. It was on HBO and a few other people. But no, I'm just, I'm teasing since you're
Nah, it's all good,
Ibn
bro.
over here talking about you got
That's fine.
the hammer of Thor in your right hand.
That is
Yeah.
correct. That is correct. I stand behind
Yeah, but
that.
that's why we moved up, bro. Basically, because my body didn't want to perform at light heavyweight. I lost a lot of, even in the amateurs, bro. In the amateurs, like 81 kilograms is considered light heavyweight, and 91 kilograms is like heavyweight, not super heavyweight. And every time I fought heavyweight, I knocked people out. But when I went down to light heavyweight, I was cutting like probably 14 pounds every day. If I had a 4-day tournament, I cut 14 pounds every day. Yeah.
Doesn't sound fun.
Can I just speak on that just a little bit? I think that when you have explosive fighters like Rob, and this is just for everybody who's in the boxing game, I think maybe, and I don't have no scientific facts to prove it, but I think maybe when you have to generate that much power that quickly, the more you deplete your body, the worse you are. You can't come back, as opposed to somebody like Cody, who is not as explosive. But
Yo, you seen what he did, Rob? He came in. He said, "We're not gonna talk about Cody."
Well,
he
I'm just
brought him
saying-
up.
Well, I'm
He's
just-
your favorite. Tell the truth.
both my fighters are my favorite. But I'm just saying, when he's not as explosive. He's more got a longer endurance type of body, right?
Danny, I ain't catch on. Cody must got the key fight, and he thought we knew or something. He I ain't talking about Cody. What he got going on?
Like I was saying about Rob,
He fighting Ennis?
Look, what I was saying about Rob, when he went down, we noticed that every single time.
I hope
it ain't Ennis because
Keith.
I just met
We
Cody.
talking
I don't
about
want
Rob.
Ennis.
digging right now, yo.
I just
we talking about
I
Rob.
hope it
digging
ain't-
right
I hope
now.
it ain't Jerron Ennis because I just met Cody, man. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
We talking about Rob again, like I was saying, that we noticed that every single time he went down in weight, if you look at his box rec, we kept going down further and further and further and further to his last fight. He looked just disgusting in that fight. Yeah, he won the fight, bro. But I was like, it was like he lost the fight to us. We were so unhappy with that fight, and that's why I was like, man, every time you go down, you get weaker. You even in the locker room for that fight, he was trying to punch, and I'm like, yo, bro, why you punching so hard? He's like, yeah, I'm just trying to get, But he told me later on that he was like tired and he couldn't get his energy. So we went into that fight tired. So that's when we had the discussion, bro. You got to go up and weight, man. You can't 3 more pounds for you might be death. When he was at 178 trying to make 175. You never know what pound is going to, bring somebody over the edge. So now, we spar heavyweights now. We spar anybody. It doesn't matter. He sparred Jared Anderson, who's one of the best. We spar.
How many?
How did
rounds?
that go?
What we did? What you mean? It went well.
How
What do you
many?
mean?
How many rounds?
How many rounds we went with him? 6? Yeah. 6 rounds.
6?
Yeah. With the best heavyweight out there. Would you say Jared Anderson is a top prospect?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, well, we sparred
without
with him.
a doubt.
But that's because we're at, he's healthy.
Yo,
He's not.
text him.
Yeah,
Ask him how it went. Yeah, ask him how it went. 6? That's a lot. Nah, I ain't gonna front. I think that dude is super impressive.
He is.
I've never seen a heavyweight train with ankle weights. Only Tyson Fury, and I think I only seen Fury do that once or twice. I'm telling you, that dude is different. He did 200. What was it? 100 or 200?
It was like 125.
125 double jumps while talking.
That's why he's going to be a champion.
No,
for
he's
sure.
So how was that, Rob? Because they say he the goods. I mean, you see what Tyson Fury said. Once Fury got in there, he
do.
That's the next world champion.
I mean, he can definitely crack.
He the goods, but we the goods too.
Well, that's why I want to know how that session went.
Yeah, he can definitely crack.
It was
For
a
sure.
good session.
You know,
I didn't want to hear
came in
that.
the
I don't
gym-
want to hear that, Rob. Rob talking about he could crack. That means you got punched. I don't want to hear that
Of course,
shit.
I got punched, but he got punched too. So it's
How
not
about-
like
how about
I mean,
this?
That's what I want to hear.
How about this? The whole time he was sparring, I was worried about that punch that might knock him out. I was worried.
What? I was worried that Jarrett might knock him out.
Of course, he's a heavyweight, one of the best out there. So I was worried because I know if Jared caught him clean,
This was
it
when
could
I
be
walked
night-night.
around like 193,
Yeah, he was
194.
small.
How was your agility, or how was it dealing with his agility, or did that not show up? Because
And then second of all, we got another thing, but that's not an excuse or anything. But I had fever that day, so when I came in the gym, I thought I'm gonna spar somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody not that good. So I'm like, okay, I got fever. It's fine. I can go inside the gym because I'm gonna spar this guy. But then we came in the gym, he wasn't even there. And then
Right.
Jared came in, and they were like, "You want to spar him?" And I'm just like, "Okay, yeah, I spar him."
at the Top Rank gym?
No, this is
at
Bones Adams.
Bones.
Bones Adams.
I was like, "Yeah, I spar him." So yeah,
It got heated. It definitely got heated.
I'm sure
It
at
definitely got
Bones,
heated.
because people start talking at Bones. Was
know?
people saying things from the outside?
no, there
we were
wasn't
just
a lot
talking,
of people there.
We were talking between each other. Because,
Okay.
because
There
I'm-
wasn't a lot of people there.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of people there.
But again, look, I will say Robin is the goods, Jared is the goods. Nobody's saying that, Robin can beat Jared. He's
No,
a heavyweight.
not at
Nobody's
all.
saying that. But, the IQ is what pays the bills. You understand? So we had to come up with a plan to be able to be in there and survive and also try to get the better, and not get injured. And that's what boxing is about. And that's what we train. That's how we train.
So
I want to ask both of you your thoughts on because it could potentially one day down the line be there for you. Your thoughts on the Bridgerweight division?
I don't know, bro. I mean, right now my main focus is to be a world champion in cruiserweight, bro. I don't look at that stuff,
I looked at it.
This question you might not like, obviously, especially being as though your trainer told us, Badu Jack from back in Sweden. But, boxing is always looking to have the torch passed. And, he's one of the most famous Sweden fighters. And he moved up to cruiserweight. It ain't your fault. He's in your division now. Is that a fight that you would want to kind of get that torch passed from someone that's been fighting here in America and established for a while?
Bro, I don't like talking like that because he from Sweden, I know the guy, and he invited me to his house and everything, but I mean, nothing is gonna stand in my way for being a world champion.
For sure.
I can just say that. And if somebody wants to stay in my way, then I'm gonna run over you, bro.
So, Coach, is it hard getting him fights or pitching him to networks and promoters, being as though he used to be a light heavyweight? Now you're trying to sell him as a cruiserweight?
No, I don't think we haven't. Right, this is his first fight at cruiserweight, right? So we really haven't. And then now we on the bench again, right? So I don't really know how hard it's going to be. I just think boxing is about maybe you might put a word in somebody, and then all of a sudden you on. It could just be this that simple, or it doesn't. We just keep improving our craft while we wait. When it's your time, it's your time. So
For sure. Speaking of waiting, we still got a few more minutes before we get our next guest. So I know that obviously your nephew's fight fell apart, but he just got another fight. Big fight. Dangerous. More dangerous, I think.
who's that? I don't even know.
Oh, he's not your nephew cousin? Is it cousin?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know when I see
don't know what you
know
talking
there's
about,
seven.
bro.
It's like 32.
Yo, we talking about Rob
There's
right here, bro.
32 cameras in here. They caught you smirk the minute I said your nephew, man.
What are you talking
We
about,
definitely
bro?
need to put just a little bit of more soundproofing in here, though. But listen, your nephew Rockman didn't get the Jake Paul fight. Now he got the Victor Belfort fight. He just knocked out Evander Holyfield. Are you nervous? You see
I don't know who you talking about, bro. Who are you talking about?
Bro, the interview is damn near over.
Yeah, let's end it with Rob. What's Rob? Robin, what is your next thing you want to
This
do?
guy terrible.
Well, Rob, can I get your prediction on the Hasim Rahman Jr. and Vitor Belfort
That's
fight?
right. You know him.
I
He
mean, I
acting
don't,
like
I
he
don't
don't
know.
know him.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen Hasim fought. I haven't seen the other guy fought, so I can't tell you that.
You sparred Hassan.
No, I never sparred Hasim.
What? You ain't you let him spoil your brother, not your nephew?
I don't know what you talking about again, bro. What are you talking about, man?
Oh, this guy's going off there.
Yo.
There's people outside
Man,
watching.
we gonna come back.
Give me an intermission, man. We're going to take a picture with these guys, man. Give out your social media, Rob, for anybody out there who hasn't been following you. Can follow you. Where could they do
Rob
that?
Safar, ROBZ, Safar, SAFAR.
And Coach Ibn, where can they catch you at?
Ibn Kaysen.
All right. We'll be back.
Peace out.
Ibn, why you playing hardball? Man? Keep on prying. Keep on trying. One, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us once again. We just wrapped up a fantastic interview with Rob Safar and his coach, Ibn Kaysen, and we're back to talk and discuss what's next with Teofimo Lopez, Daniel Alvarez. Obviously, he came out and called our friend Arnold Barbosa Bum and said that he's the A side. Don't be trying to line him up with Arnold Barbosa. So I don't know. Look, how important is this Heisman Trophy slot that he's going to be fighting before or after? How's that work? What exactly, give us the details because I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, for the last couple of years, they've had the top-ranked card just following the Heisman celebration. So Teal's been on that slot a couple times and whatnot, but yo, put the camera on him.
They banged on the window.
Damn, y'all taking years. Come on. And then y'all get the wrong camera. Oh, my God.
Too late.
They're like, we ain't never used that camera before.
No, it's because it's set up on the guest. You don't see it? It's that one right there.
No, it's that one, bro.
Oh, is that up there?
Yes.
I
That's
thought-
for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't look. I knew someone because I heard Ibn. Ibn couldn't take it. There was someone getting his attention for sure.
Bro, I had to mute my mic because I couldn't take it either.
Oh, you were laughing too?
What? I was dying.
I could hear and see Ibn in tears. No, it's quite interesting to do a show here. I'm actually happy I'm in this chair because I could just ignore him. I'm like this. I'm like, I'm not going to look at you.
Like right now I'm looking at you, but I see that little kid with a little Nike shirt right there. And it was like, he just looked bad as hell. Like you could tell he be throwing tantrums in the store.
Yo, speaking of tantrums, we all know Teo can throw a few of those, man. What do you think it's going to be?
What? The fight?
Yeah, I mean, Nombar Barbosa.
Trash. There's going to be some, man.
You don't think so? You don't think the Ryan Garcia rumors are true?
No, because for one, it would have to be a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
So that card always starts late because the Heisman has like the primetime slot. So they start at like 7:30 p.m. already. So it's
Eastern?
like, no, Pacific. So like 10:30 on the East. The card, not even the main event, the card. So it's like, what, your main event going to start at what, midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern?
It's not like it hasn't been done before.
What fight? I've never seen it.
Canelo?
Dazn.
Remember they waited after the UFC?
Yeah, it wasn't that late, though.
Something that might need to be fact-checked. But is that fight big enough for them to just go ESPN really doesn't do pay-per-view. The only reason we even considered pay-per-view is because that's what Teo was telling us. ESPN has done big fights on free TV. What if they do Ryan Teo TV? Can you believe it if that's the case? Or you don't even see Ryan and Teo mixing it up because it's Golden Boy and Oscar and, they go back.
I mean, we'll see. Right, we'll see. I don't know that if that fight happens, they're able to afford it and not put it on pay-per-view. Like, able to afford it without putting it on pay-per-view.
I mean, do you think that Ryan Garcia will be paid more than Lomachenko?
Do I believe Ryan Garcia?
Because remember, Loma was the A side, big check versus Teo. Yeah. They did that for free on TV. That's what I'm trying. I'm just establishing they did some pretty big fights on regular ESPN.
Yeah, that was just a fight during the pandemic, though. That was a fight they didn't even have attendance for. So was that a fight that they told both guys, like, yo, we can't even sell tickets? So let's be realistic here.
I mean, there was plenty of reports that Loma got 3-point-something mil for that fight. And Teo definitely got 1.5 or over. So, pandemic or not, again, the promoters found the money to do it even without an audience and give it away for free. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's rule out.
I mean, do you believe
that Ryan is an option?
That Ryan is a free TV option for December. at Madison Square Garden.
I guess when you consider him being on another network, it's almost impossible for him to be on ESPN as a free TV unless they completely paid the rights or won the right. I don't know. Like, he's got to walk away from the network. And, it just doesn't sound that way when you're watching Joe McCroskey on Twitter say that, he doesn't normally talk about things on Twitter and social media, but he made it clear that Ryan was under some sort of deal with Dazn. So I don't know. But I'm going to pull up the rankings.
So now, if you think about it, Ness, if you were to do a pay-per-view, you could involve both networks. But then if you're doing that, I don't know, once again, how realistic that Heisman date in December is.
I hear you. Well, I got the rankings pulled up. Gentlemen, if you want, you can screen share these for the people following alongside. And obviously, you see Josh Taylor still holds the Ring Magazine title along with the WBO. The IBF, I believe he vacated, did he not?
Yes.
It is vacant. WBC's vacant. Alberto Puello just won that WBA, which is someone who's not technically with PBC, but he is with Bobby Santos, and you heard Bobby Santos. He's loyal. That being said, do you think Al wouldn't mind if Bobby made a deal with Top Rank to put Puello and Tio in that slot? I mean, if I'm Al, I'm upset. Obviously, I've given your fighter clout, got him to the title shot. Now you take him to his biggest defense on another network. I'm not happy.
Yeah, because now what does he get out of it should Puello lose that?
Exactly.
Now, one less belt on how many would say our side of the street if you're, PBC, Al, anybody over there. But I don't know, man. I don't know that Puello's,
It's a title shot. It's a title shot, so I'm sure the network is happy and the promoter can sell it. I'm not saying it's guaranteeing it to be a pay-per-view because it's a title shot, but it definitely strengthens it. It sounds better than Arnold Barbosa for Tio. It's like, all right, you don't want Barbosa here. Here's a title shot versus Alberto Puello. Because other than that, you got Zepeda and Prograde in a purse bid. So we're just waiting on a date for that. I think, like you spoke of earlier this morning, I don't even know if you remember, but it might have been Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, I think that was Bo, and I think Jose Ramirez is a great, it's just like, damn.
Now, he pulled out of a fight, though.
Well,
he pulled out of a fight for a wedding.
Yeah, he had the title opportunity on the BC side, on the WBC side.
So is he going to want this opportunity? Is he ready for this opportunity?
Or does he want to go fight the winner of Cepeda and Regis, get that belt should he win, and then in his eyes fight the winner,
IBF is vacant. Could it be Tio Catterall?
I think it's Matias fighting for that IBF from my understanding. Yes, from my understanding.
I don't know where Tio goes, man, for this Heisman Trophy fight. He's already beaten Liam Prado in the WBO for the number 2. He was already the number 1. Jose Ramirez is 3, who we spoke about and can possibly still be busy. Barbosa is someone he doesn't want. I mean, Sandor Martin, yes, he has the Mikey win, but is that big enough to bring him on ESPN and do something? Shout out to Cesar Francis from Panama that cracked the rankings. That's one of your boys. That's Jared's boy. That's where I met Jared for the first time in person. He was at one of these local shows for Cesar, supporting him. Yeah, I mean, do you think they'll do with Jose Pedraza? Well, Pedraza just caught a draw to Come, so he's not even available. I mean, I'm sure he can be for December, but it doesn't make sense for them to bring him right back.
Yeah, what appeal would that be,
I mean, I'm just saying on that Top Rank side, it's not a lot of people.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He needs to be more realistic, He says no to whoever to my guy, but who else is there? You know, he needs to be a bit realistic and see what's out there.
Well-
Devonte, from my understanding, is looking for an opponent for December.
That would be amazing, and that's definitely something that I think that the two entities can come together to do and make big money. I mean, Tank made it clear that, you know, he doesn't need belts to sell out, that he makes 5 times the amount of Devin. Do you think that's true, though?
Nah.
Definitely
Nah.
not 5 times the amount of
5
Devin's
times,
last
yeah.
paycheck, right? Because that's like 15 million.
Oh, yeah. Might be
mean-
more than that, yeah.
I mean, it was 2.8, so I just rounded up. Right? Didn't
Okay.
Devin make 2.8?
I thought it was slightly more, but
What, 2.9?
nah. I heard 3.5.
Damn, slightly, homie. That's almost 4. Like, I'm over on barely 3. You saying slightly 4. That's not slightly. That's a lot.
700,000.
Brother, that's a lot of money.
I mean, I understand that, but yeah, regardless, I don't think that is the case. Not really my concern, though. You know. But we should have our second guest.
Yeah, I want to believe that that's the reason the reason Bo and Micah,
Yeah.
Micah went to go get him. I
Yeah,
guess Shushu was in the building. Hopefully he doesn't feel,
that is the case.
hopefully he's not upset at the thumbnail the way you are.
I wasn't upset.
I'm gonna be real, that didn't look like Rob Safar in the thumbnail. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We're definitely gonna show him what the thumbnail looks like. See if he's not happy with his shaved eyebrows. Like, yo, I got me on some nah shit. All right, well, there goes Shu walking in now as we speak. Okay.
Pops got the GoPro on,
On the head. He
Yeah.
got the GoPro on the head.
Yeah, we
Let's go.
see you, Pops, getting all the action, all the shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we will have what is 5-0
Amateur
now?
standout.
5-0 now, I believe. 5-0, 4 knockouts from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Bruce Shushu Carrington ahead of his next fight, September 23rd, Prudential Center, Newark, New Jersey, on the Shakur Stevenson undercard.
A lot of fighters on that undercard, huh?
Word.
Yeah, a lot of fighters on that undercard, man. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
stacked one without a doubt.
Keyshawn's on it, obviously.
Absolutely.
You have Cash Flow on that card as well. Obviously, Shushu Jahad Tucker, I know is on that card. The rematch, Antoine Cobb and Jalen Phillips is on that card. So
Yo, I seen that.
yeah.
Jalen is on that card. He posted it the other day. He's feeling good. He got an award from Top Rank. Did you notice?
Nah, what's the award?
You're lying. He got an award for Boxer of the Month, Most Improved Boxer in the month of August. Yes, sir. You sleeping on
Okay.
Jalen, I'm telling you.
Sure, what's up?
What's goody? What's goody? Champ. What up?
What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just grinding. We was just talking about Jalen Phillips, man. He's too big for you to get work with, right?
Is Jalen Phillips? How much he weigh?
He been in the gym with you. Sometimes you don't know him.
Oh, Jalen. Oh yeah, no. Me and Jalen. Actually, no, he's pretty good. I like him. I never got work with him though. But not, hey, he working in the lab, man.
That's what I
hey, he got some potential.
They just
man.
gave him an award. Top Rank gave him an award for the most improved fighter of the month for
Yeah.
August. And I've been seeing it, bro. Like, I know he lost to Abdullah Mason and somebody else, but obviously those are standout
Yeah.
fighters that he lost to. But he been sharpening up. Last time I see him sparring there, man, he cut somebody up. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
say no names, but he
Yeah.
was cutting them up.
Hey, I like the work that he's doing with Bullet. Bullet got him really sharp, and building his confidence and everything. And he's coming in strong this next fight, September 23rd. He got his rematch coming up. So
That ain't what Danny want to hear, because you know that's Danny boy, Antoine Cobb.
Hey, no. That's my boy too. I'm just saying it's gonna be a good fight
It's
between
gonna
the
be a
two
good one.
because I'm in like my boy Antoine Cobbs. He bring what he bring to the table, but I'm in the lab with Jalen right now, and I'm seeing what he's bringing to the table. And hey, man, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a real good fight.
Nah, I'm hearing he dedicating the fight to a special someone. So we'll see. Right,
Who
Danny?
you talking about, Antoine or Jalen?
Jalen.
I don't know. Like, you asking me, boy, I don't know shit, man. I know I'm going to be there September 23rd, and that's that. What the fuck?
So how's Cobbs looking in the gym? Wasn't you in Houston with him?
Man, yeah, we don't talk about, y'all talk about what going on in the gym. We don't talk about what going on in the gym. My boy, nah, you know.
He want to talk about what's going on in the gym, though.
Nah, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'll say this, Shakur was impressed with the sparring, so. If Core impressed, I'm impressed, you know.
So shoot, man, you're back in Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you're loving training out here, or what's causing you to come out here West Coast instead of the East?
Oh no, definitely
Especially
it's the
with
training.
this fight, right? Because your fight is gonna be in Newark, so it would have been just a hop over the bridge.
Yeah, no, definitely. But for me, it's like I like being more than ready. Like, you know, the weather conditions and everything, and then you know, the treacherous heat and the mountains and
So
stuff.
you think that's a good picture, or couldn't they use
Nah,
the
they
better
gotta update
picture?
me. Yeah, come
what
on.
the hell?
I got
what's
a bunch of
going
pro
on?
pictures and stuff
that's
now,
what I'm
man.
saying.
I said, go with the shaved eyebrow. He trying to wow out. He from New
Nah,
York.
son.
Yeah, that's just bad shading. You
Nah,
wild,
dude. Yeah, nah, man. You gotta update the picture. You got two professional pictures of the other dudes next to me, man. You know, update me a little bit.
Let me ask you.
I got chin here now. Look, come on, I've been working hard for this, man.
Right. Sure, let
Yo,
me
we're
ask
gonna
you.
tell Jimmy.
Have you seen the door at Top Rank? The
The new door. Yeah.
What
definitely.
you thinking?
Yeah, nah, that's dope. You know, I'm you know, in due time, you know, I'm going to definitely see my face up there. But you know,
sure.
I'm do what I gotta do to work to there. But nah, it look beautiful though. Everybody that's up there, you know what I mean? All my people, I see some of my boys up there, everything, you know, Keyshawn and Jared and all them. Like they doing their thing, and I'm it looks sweet. I like that new door they got up there.
Yo, how they take down Fury, man?
I mean,
Man.
Fury, he in and out, man.
But I think it's more so, like you said, because he's in and out. Like, you know, it's more so they don't really know what his next move is for real. So, you know, they just like,
and
for
you
the
gotta
meantime,
show love to the dudes that's coming in.
that's
there.
coming up, right? Exactly. So in the meantime, yeah, let's just get these other guys some little shine. So yeah, I respect it.
Obviously, with you transitioning training camps out here, you don't even got to worry about sparring because just showing up to Top Rank is always someone there.
Yeah, nah, that's the reason why I'm out here. You know, like I was explaining, like the, you know, treacherous conditions, the heat and everything, and we run up these mountains. You're not getting all of that in New York. And then on top of that, all of the like big name fighters that want that work, they all come out here to spar, and it's like the best place to be. I soon am gonna move out here, to be honest. Like, I really want to invest a lot of my boxing career, a lot of my time out here training and becoming the best fighter I can be.
That's amazing, and I think that's an intelligent decision because you know Danny says it all the time, and you're gonna find a plethora of work out here, and like you said, the conditions are to get you fight ready. But they're keeping you ready at Top Rank, or should I say busy, man? It feels like every month, no?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I would say like every other month at times. Like, yeah, like, you know, I definitely love the activity because of the fact that I know the more active I am, the better I get. I'm a person that like to adjust. Like, I can adjust to anything and every one of my opponents. And then I adjust even in my own style to where I want to add on certain things. And, you know, I like the performances of my last fights, but like I like to just try to get better each and every time I step in that ring. So, you know, this is just the early stages of Shoo right now, man. Y'all gonna see much more of me. Y'all gonna see a lot, you know, different things that come in the ring every single time I fight. And yeah, man, this is just the beginning.
Yo, what's the spot? The vegan spot with the shakes?
Cafe
No fur.
Yeah.
No fur. I heard about that. that.
Oh, why
joint.
you vegan?
Yeah. I've been
Full vegan?
Well, nah, okay. Wait.
Only camp?
Yeah, no. So, okay, I adopted the vegan diet. Like, I only do the vegan with the food. Like, I can't say that I'm vegan. I'm only on a plant-based diet because, like, I respect their culture. Like, you know, like, I still wear fur coats. I still wear leather and stuff like that. So I'm not going to say that I'm a vegan. So, yeah. So, you know, politically correct, I'm on a plant-based diet. And I've been on a plant-based diet for 5 years.
Wow.
Straight. This is a lifestyle, though. This is not nothing that I just do for camp.
So wait a minute, you ain't even eating meat out of camp?
Nah, not at all.
Oh wow, because Tim Bradley used to do vegan for
For
camp.
camp, yeah. No, man, it's a lifestyle thing for me because I wanna, like, man, you gotta wanna enjoy life and live life properly. Like, I wanna be able to grow old and be able to, you know, breathe right and just move right and everything like that. And, you know, you're able to cure certain diseases and stuff like that with eating right. Like, you know, if you have the medicine and everything like that, that's just, it's a treatment. It's just treating you and treating you. You got to keep giving money and money. That's how, like, the pharmaceutical companies, that's how they get you. That's how they trap you in that, because you're just getting that treatment every single time you're hurting, you get a little ache. Like, nah, I want to cure myself. I don't want to feel like I'm being hustled out of my life. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take matters in my own hand and be vegan.
Damn, what sort of literature did you run across 5 years ago? Because aren't you 20?
25.
Okay,
Yeah.
at 20, what changed your life like that?
Yeah, well,
That's
watched.
a huge step.
Yeah, nah, definitely. And it was funny because I went cold turkey with it too. That was tough. That was tough. I watched the
You
documentary.
used to get those headaches in the beginning.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you get those withdrawals. It's like you a drug addict or
No,
something. Like,
literally.
not for real, seriously. Like I had those crazy withdrawals, those cravings of, like, you know, one to eat burgers and one to eat pork and all of that type of stuff. Like I used to eat really bad. And when I watched this documentary, What the Health, on Netflix, with my dad, that changed my life. And mainly more so because I noticed, like, I used to always wonder, like, why you couldn't, you know, reverse certain diseases just by taking all this medicine. You gotta take medicine all your life and pop these pills. And it just didn't seem like a life that I would want to have a chance to get into and cross over and have to experience when I get older. I didn't want to do that. And so it was more so like, man, I'm going cold turkey with it. And it was real rough in the beginning.
Expensive too.
It was, yeah. I mean, yeah. It depends on, you know, what you do, how you, like me. I like to cook food myself. I like to cook at home, and so I just buy whatever I can to cook at home. But yeah, no, man. Like in the beginning, it was real tough because a lot of vegan-friendly restaurants that have vegan options weren't around at the time. A lot of vegan restaurants, period, were not around at the time, and it wasn't like a fad. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a trend yet. So it was really tough. But nowadays, it's super easy. Now I feel like they got it down to a science to where you can find places that have everything. Like they got these chicken sandwiches that taste like chicken, and these burgers and these chicken and waffles. And my favorite place out here in Vegas is called Vegan Nation. And that's on Carson, I believe. Somewhere on Carson, right by Fremont.
Nah, that Cafe No Fur milkshake. Not milk
No,
though.
not milk. What is it, like almond milk or something?
Yeah,
Oat
almond
milk or
milk.
something? Yeah,
Almond ice cream shake. I'm like, I don't know how they made it that sucker good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Real.
I be trying to tell people, man, like I be trying to tell people like it's really good and y'all should try it. Even if y'all might not like it. No, for I feel like a lot of the vegan food, it tastes a lot better than a lot of food I used to eat. So in all of the stuff that you eat, like the meat and everything, you have to season it and
But
everything
it's
with
hard,
vegan
though.
stuff anyway. You got to
But
season the
it's
stuff
hard
with vegan
because
stuff anyway.
if you chilling with your friends and then y'all all hungry, it's like you
gotta-
gonna be the oddball out because it ain't
Man.
nowhere there's vegan. It's hard to find vegan. We was just entertaining, like the owner of Spray Ground came out here and we didn't know nothing vegan. We had to Google, and everything was far. Obviously, you know, he's vegan, so he can find those things. He got apps and shit, but like,
Right.
it wasn't as easy, man.
Yeah.
And then you feel uncomfortable. It's like, I'm hungry as hell, but you vegan. I didn't want to say nothing because you can't eat nothing.
Right.
Nah, man. Listen, you just gotta just find those restaurants that have vegan options. Like, you know, I've always go to these, and whenever I have a friend and, you know, we try to go out to eat or something like that, like, man, I gotta go to a restaurant that have vegan options, and then, you know, we could both be happy. You know, that's just kind of how you gotta play the field.
So, what weight were you fighting as an amateur?
I used to fight at, I used to fight at 141. I used to fight at 132, 138, and then I finished off at 126.
And how long would you say you were at 126 as an amateur?
Like about a year, I would say, fully. I was about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year. Yeah, because 2020, it was a little bit more than a year.
And at that time, you were not vegan.
No, I was vegan.
Oh,
I've been vegan the whole time. Yeah, I was vegan the whole time, and that's actually the reason why I was able to go down. To be honest, like, you know, I used to just, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I was a little lazy when it came to like kind of going down to 26. Like, so many people for years, man, you should go down to 26, man. You small. But me, like, I just believed in my power so much, and I'm walking these bigger guys down. I'm beating these bigger guys down and everything. I'm like, man, I don't need to do none of that. Like, what's up? Like, I'm do that work. But, you know, it was right. That, honestly, like, because like you got to be smarter when you gotta really preserve your body, preserve your career, and everything like that. And so it was the best thing for me to go down in weight so I can be able to, really get that work and really feel stronger. And honestly, me being at 26, the work that I gotta get down to 26, it's no question that I'm gonna be in shape every single time I fight. So me being vegan as well, that was easy for me to chop down that weight in order to make it comfortably.
Yeah, I was just trying to get at, like, does the vegan diet, is it gonna give you unlimited years at 26, or do you see yourself moving up? Because guys like Ponce de Leon stood at featherweight forever. I don't know that Ponce moved up. And even Mares was in his division for a long time at 118 for a minute. So just, because now, like you said, you spoke about fads and trends. The trend in boxing now is to undispute. It's no longer to stay there and be B-hop no more.
Right.
So what do you want to do?
Well, for me, at this point of time right now, I just want to just climb up in these ranks. And my main focus, my main strap right now, my main thing is to get the strap, in due time. I'm taking my time, building my name, building my brand, and doing what I gotta do, in order to be a household name. When the time comes, in order to talk about the other belts and stuff like that, and unify, and then go undisputed and stuff like that, then we'll talk about that. But as of right now, my main goal is just to work my way up the ranks, get up in them, contender numbers and everything like that, top 10, and then get that strap whenever the time is right.
What was the total amateur fights you had?
About 286.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you say take your time, what does that mean? Because Shakur, and I'm not comparing you, but I'm just trying to, again, interpret correctly what you're saying. Like, Shakur became a champ at what, 13-0? Is that considered Russian to you?
It all depends for real, because I get a different type of exposure. If with my fans and everything like that, and me being from New York and stuff like that. So even when I try to say, try to take my time, a little bit of that might be faster than what it could be, because people are just gonna like, oh, shoot, I want to see you fight again. So I think it's more so of it could be probably like on a Shakur route. It could be a little later than that for real, because I noticed that Shakur, like, he really started to pick up, I think, in his 4th year as a pro. And I noticed a lot of the guys that come out in the Olympics and stuff like that, like, they really start to pick up their name and their stuff in their 4th year, 3rd or 4th year as a pro. So, we're going to see. We're just going to fill it out. We're going to see. And then when the time is right, when the time comes, then I guess, I have a clearer answer to give you that to answer the question.
To be clear,
it seems like that Corey became champion his 2nd year pro.
His 2nd year.
So he turned pro 2017. He became champion 2019. It was towards the end.
Pro 27. Oh, you right. You totally right about that.
It was about 2.5 years into his career, but
you're totally right about that.
How many fights he had in that first year?
In the first year, so he turned pro in April. 4 fights. 4 fights the first. So in 2017, 4 fights in 2018, and then he had 3 fights in 2019 before fighting for the title.
Because it looks like Shushu's about to have a fight anniversary in 7 days, right? Would be the first fight. A year from your first fight, it looks like. You fought October 9th of 2021.
Yeah, right. That's true.
Damn, not 7 days. We're a whole month away.
Whole month,
I'm out.
Word. That's I fought in October.
Shout out to Harding. Shout out to Harding. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't forget. That was on the
Wilder Fury 3 undercard.
Yeah, October
he made his
9th.
pro debut.
Yeah, so you don't even have a full year as a pro yet.
Nah. So me, so in talks of me, taking my time and all that, I'm just starting, man. Like, what I mean? I don't even, we got to fill that out first before I even give y'all a clear answer on that question.
Now, I'm just, again, interested because of those amateur fights and people had high expectations in the amateurs for you, and then they took away your entire weight class, right? So,
yeah, that was tough. I honestly felt like I was really comfortable at that 132 weight class, but I think them taking away the weight class was the best thing they could have did for me, because I didn't think that I was able to make 126. I probably wasn't even thinking about it really of trying to even go down there and me coming. I probably would have turned pro at like 130, like, you know. And I don't think that's a bad weight class for me, but 126 is a much better fit. And I just love the fact that I was able to get down there and then I'm able to perform the way I do.
Having 4 fights now on ESPN.
Yeah.
How has Tim?
Three. My first fight wasn't on ESPN.
Okay.
Yeah.
How has Tim Bradley been with you in terms of criticism? You know, he's gives his opinion.
100%. Yeah. Nah, Tim is real stone cold, and he keeps it 100. But you know, as of right now, I'm keeping him happy.
Okay.
You know,
So he hasn't said anything negative yet.
I wouldn't say that he hasn't said. He has some, like, you know, little critiques here and there, but you know, I'm not no finished product. I'm gonna continue to, you know, progress and keep getting better. And I appreciate any type of criticism that he has to, you know, say, whether if it's positive or negative. I don't really, you know, I'm with it all. Like if it's something that's gonna elevate my game, I'm all ears.
Shoot, now you're the fight before the co-main event this time, right?
Yes.
So are you opening up on ESPN? Do you know, or?
Nah, man, they only gonna have 2 slots on ESPN, the co-main and the main event. I wish I was able to, you know, have my first TV debut for this card. This is a huge card, but hey, you know, my time gonna come. It is what it is.
What is it on the app though?
It's on the app.
Okay.
I'm basically the main event on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
So that'll be exciting. Talk to me about just the other guys on that card. I know a lot of you have came up with each other and things like that. Obviously, Shakur main event.
Yeah.
Key is co-main event. You're on the card. Obviously, you and Cashflow been getting in working
definitely.
alongside each other
Yeah.
for this camp. So just talk about some of the other guys to keep an eye out for September 23rd.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, man. Like, you know, you saying the names right there. You know, Keyshawn Davis. You know, I think he's about to come out here actually and finish off camp, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to finish off camp like his last 2 weeks out here. And then yes, it's Cashflow. Me and Cash, man, we've been working on, like, you know, alongside with each other. We just went over to a gym and, you know, sparred some dudes and everything like that. But every morning we just in there just pushing each other each and every workout. We doing 3 a days, man. 3 workouts a day. Waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, putting in that work. And then you know, Shakur Stevenson, you know, I already know he grinding, doing this thing in the gym. He a gym rat, man. I ain't got to worry about nothing. He, you know, that he gonna bring to the table. You got Jahad Tucker. You know, you got another, you know, another New York King coming up, man. And you know, I'm just super excited for this super card because it's like, how can I say, another showcase for ESPN Plus for the young guys. Like you saw, like, was it last weekend? Yes, it was last weekend with you know, they had Jared Anderson, Tiger Johnson, Abdullah Mason. That whole card, that whole undercard was stacked with everybody that, you know, that's coming up. And I feel like Top Rank is like trying to put everybody on notice that the new generation is here to stay and they're gonna come to take over boxing. And I think they're doing that again with my card as well.
Now, this is going to be your 3rd fight in a row, scheduled 6 rounder. Yeah. Why the quick progression from 4 to 6?
You think it's quick? You think it's
quick?
Nah. I think
2 fights at 4.
No, he got 4 fights at 4.
No, he only got his first 2.
Yeah.
And then his 3rd and 4th fight was 6 rounders.
Oh wow.
This about to be his 3rd 6 rounder.
Yeah, it's usually 4 or 6 each round. So either 4 rounders or 6 rounders. Excuse me. Either 4 rounders or 4 6 rounders.
Yeah, you usually get a couple. Definitely getting more.
Well, I mean, to be honest, man, I don't like that or like the short rounds like that. I'm the type of fighter that get better as the rounds go. Like, you know, I got the gas tank forward, and then plus, like I was saying earlier, I adjust. So the more rounds I get, the better I'm gonna be. I don't really care for the 4 rounds. That's why I want to get out of there quick. Give me my little 4 rounds just so I can get a little feel, but pick me up to them 6s, and, you know, soon I'm gonna be up to 8s as well too, for real, because like I just like to be able to like really dissect my opponents and beat them down. And I ain't even really get to touch the 6th round yet, you know, but I'm more than ready for more than 6, more than 8, more than 12 right now.
Well, the last fight did go to 6. I mean, you just stopped him in the 6, right?
Nah. He ain't come out the corner.
He ain't come out the corner.
Nah, he ain't come out the corner when the bell rang.
Because they got it as a 6-round TKO.
Nah, well, the bell rang, but, you know, he just didn't come out the corner, so I don't really count that round.
Right, because it's like you never saw him.
Yeah.
You never threw a punch.
Exactly.
You never. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I saw it because I was wondering. I was like, okay, you're fighting a 6 rounder, And I'm thinking, I'm like, maybe it's the first one, but definitely 3 in a row. So
Yeah.
David Maldonado in New York City says, "What's up, champ? Did you ever catch Hector Camacho Sr. fight when he was in his prime? And who wins at 140 between Teofimo Lopez versus Regis Prograis?"
First question. Nah, I never got a chance to see Hector Camacho fight ever, and I wish that was something from that would have been a sight to see. But I never got a chance to watch that. And Regis Prograis and Teofimo, ooh, that's a good fight. I would love to see that matchup. I want to see Teo, because Teo did look pretty good his last fight. I probably want to see Teo in the ring one more time before I get to answer that question, to be honest. But, him and Regis will be a great fight, though.
I got Jason who says, "What's up, champ? Is Jason from Jersey. Have you considered commentating or creating your own podcast? Been listening to you during interviews, and it seems like you have a lot of good talent. A lot of good content.
Thank you.
Get that money in and out the ring."
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. People have been telling me that throughout, my career, and a lot recently, to be honest, actually. But I'm pretty interested in that. Anything, when it comes to commentating or anything like that. Like, I want to get into acting. I just want to do everything that's kind of like, I can really showcase my personality and talk and all the type of stuff. So yeah, no, I would definitely be into that.
That's what's up. We got James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas, says, "Christopher Colbert versus Frank Martin. Who you got?"
Ooh, I love that fight, man. I love that matchup. I honestly feel like, as of right now, Frank Martin, he's coming up. He has some good performances his last few showcases. I feel like Chris Colbert, as of right now, he just has more experience, and I feel like that edge will show when it comes to the fight. But it still that fight could go either way, to be honest, because
Martin could punch.
Yeah,
man.
Martin could punch. Martin has he has momentum right now. He has that confidence, so that willpower can show and then he's going. Biop is going up in weight. Chris Colbert. He's going up in weight, and it's just like, I feel like he's gonna be able to handle himself in that weight class to fight Frank Martin, but it's just certain odds that I'm putting out there that's stacked against him at this point right now. But
yeah, honestly, Martin being Earl's fighter.
Yeah, it's
Earl's
a few
hot
odds.
right now.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's a few odds stacked against Chris Colbert right now, but I feel like he'll be able to handle himself because of his experience. I want him to be able to bite down and do what he got to do. But it's gonna be a good fight, man.
Do you think he underestimated Hector Henry?
I don't want to say that. I hope not, to be honest. I hope that wasn't the case, because obviously he was last minute change up and everything after Robert Gutierrez he wasn't able to get in the ring and everything. But I hope that wasn't the case, honestly. I hope that, he still stayed humble and still stayed, focused on trying to get that work in, and then the fight just didn't go his way. But I feel like, it was just probably just little tweaks and little things that he just needed to change in order to win that fight, for the fight to go a different way. Because, Hector, he did do a good job in, calming B-Hop down. Chris Colbert down. We all call him B-Hop. That's his nickname out there in New York. So excuse me if I keep saying that. But yeah. I feel like he did a good job in doing that, but I honestly just feel like it was just the match of game plans. That's all it was. It was just like, BIP probably came with the wrong game plan, and Hector just capitalized and got the dub.
What do you think, or what did you think when you heard not just that B-Hop was going up to 35, but he, for a one-off, he going up to 35 just to
prove something.
Right, just to prove a point, because he bringing his ass back down. Do you agree with that?
I mean, it could be a pride thing. It could be, for real. If I'm gonna call it a spade. But, hey, man, when your back's against the wall, what you gonna do? So you might do some, crazy things, or you might do some things to where, man, I could do this even if I don't have to. I'm gonna show y'all I'm still me. So I feel like he's just trying to prove a point, trying to send a message. Yep. That's my main thing, for real, and I respect it. If him going up in weight class and fighting a dude like Frank Martin, which is a risky dude, he don't have to take this fight. He has no reason to do this fight whatsoever.
Man.
This is all started off of
From Twitter.
Like, come on.
And people say you
gotta do
can't
this
make a fight
for
on
real.
Twitter. And they say you
that's
can't make a fight on
right.
Twitter.
I have to do this for real. But hey, listen, I respect it. It is what it is. He going up fighting a dude like Frank Martin and everything like that, and trying
If
to
he
make
beat
some message.
Martin, he gonna definitely gain some clout, man, because that's Earl's fighter.
Yeah.
And he put him out there. You know what I mean? The whole way that this fight came about was basically Earl trying to insinuate people wouldn't fight Martin. So, Colbert obviously stepped up to the plate. But do you think that that's enough motivation? Do you think the loss and now the fact that, he's trying to prove, like you said, like, does that motivate B-Hop to the level that he needs to be?
I think it should. Because at this point right now, if he takes an L, it ain't gonna be good for him. It's not gonna really look good. You got a bunch of people trying to laugh at him and be negative and all that type of stuff. And then if he lose this fight, it's like, dang, you proving him right. Then it's like, you lose your value and everything like that. Like, nah, like I think that this right here, like this is a must win type of situation for him. He has to. So he got to bring what he got to the table and get this dub.
Brandon in Houston says, what up, Shu? Thanks for coming on. Here's the scenario. Tell us what you do in this situation. One day you get to the gym.
What
and
the hell? Who sent this
and
fucking...
open your bag, and inside is an envelope. In this envelope, there is a contract that offers you 13.6, not just 13.
Why so specific?
I don't know. $13.6 million. But in order to receive the money, you have to agree to leave that gym immediately and also never set foot in another boxing gym ever again. What does Shushu Carrington do with this contract?
Hey, man.
Champ, 13.6
that's
a lot of
crazy.
fucking
Hold on.
millions,
I gotta
yo.
think about that because I do love the sport, right?
Yo, I mean, shit.
I do love the game.
You 4-0 right now. 13 mil. Like, there's some fighters, honestly, that they haven't made
Bro,
13.6
look.
million their entire career.
Shoot, how old are you right now?
25.
Bro, you could fucking go be in the UFC or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You young enough.
I go have some fun, right?
13 mil?
I do love the game, man. Listen, man. This is not nothing that I just do that just for the money, bro. I don't do this for the money. I do this because I really love the game. Like, a lot of people be telling me, like, yo, if you was rich and everything, would you still do this? Yeah, I still do this. 13 mil, though. That's crazy. That's something that I gotta think about, though.
I'm going to put it to you like this for some perspective, though. Jake Paul made 40 last year. He's still fighting.
Yeah, man, you still love the game. But he said to stick. He said to, like, I can't step in the gym ever again.
No, I know.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know.
But then again, how many people is touching?
That's what I'm saying. 13.6 million. There's fighters right
there's
now.
a lot of fighters that don't touch like that.
I can name 24 probably off top of my head that their career did not end with 13.6 millions. Let alone and I ain't even talking about bank because I know Uncle Sam taking a cut. Your manager. I'm talking about. It's going to be hard to find you 24 fighters that fight purses. They fight purses add up to 13.6 million for a whole career.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough because
That's a lot of
I love
bread.
the game. That's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be walking away from my love, but I'll take the bread. Let's go. I'll take the bread.
Let's go.
That's a lot of bread, man.
Y'all heard
Come
it
back
here.
under another name and
Y'all
shit.
heard it here first. Hey, yeah.
Nah, my name ain't Shushu. It's you.
Hey, no. Hey, look, he could pass off as a Cuban. Look, King Kong.
Man, got it.
King Kong like 54, yo.
Yo, that's true.
Hey, look, you just let it grow a
All
little
you gotta
bit.
do-
And look,
Crazy,
Andy
man.
Cruz, look. Hey, Shu, you just let it grow.
Just let it grow.
He
huh?
ain't Shushu, he Andy Cruz. Just let the
Yeah.
hair grow.
Start hanging with Bobby Santos and shit.
Yeah, man, I gotta learn to
A
get
little
real
Espanol,
bilingual.
Right. Yo, what's the app Duolingo? You heard about that?
What's
Just an app. This girl been trying to like talk to me all sexy in Spanish. I'm reading this shit like, what the fuck? So it's an app that teaches you like multiple languages. It's free and everything.
Rosetta
Download
Stone,
it.
something like that. Huh?
Yeah, but you got to pay for that. Duolingo is free. It might be a little off, but you know.
It's free, so it's a little old. Well, that is all our questions, but I do want to ask you, obviously, today's topic was what's next for Teo. He made it clear that Arnold Barbosa is a bum, and that's not who he wants to fight for the Heisman Trophy post fight.
Yeah, like afterwards. Yo, what's up? You getting on that card?
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, yeah, I could probably get on that card after.
What's
I
that?
get
A
this,
3-month turnaround? 2.5 month turnaround?
2.5 about 2.5 about turnaround. Yeah.
That ain't about nothing for you.
Nah, not at all. You see me, I'm always active. You know what I mean? I'm always there. Man, change my picture, man. Change my picture,
Bo
bro.
did that. Bo
Come
did
on,
that.
man. He know what he doing. He gonna keep trolling me,
Yeah.
keep putting that up there too. I
So-
got you. We gonna see you outside. We gonna spar anyway.
Who do you think Tio got to fight on that day in order for it to be everything that he's saying? Because, you know, he did insinuate it would be a pay-per-view.
No, insinuate is when you don't make clear. He made it clear. He made it clear.
Right,
Pay-per-view. You know what I mean? The whole 9.
Shoot, I don't know. For real, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not sure who he should be fighting right now.
We saying Jose Ramirez. If he don't like Barboza,
I like that fight. I like Jose Ramirez. That's actually a good one. That's if he don't fight
because Zepeda
Barboza.
tied up now with Regis.
That's like
Right.
a West Coast fight, though.
It is.
You know what I mean?
And Tio's a New York fighter. You right. And
Yeah.
and that's too. And Ramirez got a big market.
Right.
So you right.
Yeah,
Would-
in Fresno, but
Would they?
that's
they're
like a
gonna
Vegas
lose.
fight. I
They're
feel
gonna.
like
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a Vegas fight for real.
I just don't know. You think Tio's fans gonna travel from New York? I don't know.
And he got a little base out here though in Vegas. When he fought at the casino,
resort?
yeah,
Bro, that
It
was
was-
a tent.
yeah. That bro. I mean, I feel you, but he got something.
Yeah.
But champ.
I said you
Big
somebody in the
room.
arena though. Okay,
Big
I give you.
room.
I give
No.
it. I give
I'm
it.
just saying. You got a fan base. Yo, I was there when he lost to George. Like, it's like Devin did that before you. It's like this your city. The big room hold 20,000.
He was in Florida. He was in New York.
No,
I mean,
but
he's
I'm
doing
saying-
good if he could sell tickets in Vegas too.
Bro,
I think
but what
so.
I'm saying
'Cause
is to fucking do a pay-per-view in
Pay-per-view,
New
bro.
York.
But that's what he's
and
saying though. I feel
20,000,
you.
that's hard.
No,
and
I
me
feel
too.
you.
That's why I said
Ryan,
Jose Ramirez.
I think Ryan. I think Ryan's a good one.
I just don't
They
know
not
that
gonna
they
do that fight though.
That's
You
what
don't
I'm
think so?
saying.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that.
We just saw him yesterday. He was
He was here.
He was playing golf. He had a
Man,
tea time.
I would love, man, once these dudes start fighting each other, man, I would love it. But I honestly don't feel like they're gonna do that. You know what I feel like at this point? They are trying to become like real like superstars. Like these guys are stars right now. I don't feel like they're superstars just yet. And I feel like that's what they're working towards. They're still young. They still got time. They really do still got time. Look at Errol and Bud, like they're in their 30s. I feel like I hope they don't wait that long, but they still got that time to work to get to a certain point to where they're superstars. And I feel like that's when they're gonna start fighting each other and everything like that. And I hope that it's not overdue by the time that comes. But that's what I feel like they're doing. And I don't feel like they're gonna fight anytime soon right now. Honestly, I hope if they do, they do. Scrap. I like it. I want to see it.
Yo, so
But if
what's
they don't, that's what I feel like they're doing.
So what's up, champ? You think you and Bro Basie one day?
Yeah. If he's still in that weight class, he's still doing his thing and working to the top. Yeah, then me and him would definitely meet up in the top, 100%. Whoever.
I don't know that he'll be there.
I mean,
you think
if-
he could hold that weight that long?
I mean, he's a small dude though. I feel like he could. He's a shorter guy. He's small dude. I feel like he could. And if Robisi, whoever's in the weight class, what I mean, whoever's gonna be at the top, it don't really matter for only any top name that's in the 126. They're gonna have to see me because I'm gonna be there. Like you said, like I'm gonna be in 126. I'm gonna hold that weight class for a long time, as long as I want to be honest. Like so, whoever's gonna be at the top, they're gonna have to see me when the time comes.
Well, I think that is it. Daniel.
Nah, real quick. Give my laptop just died. I can't pull
Yeah.
it up. Information for the express, for the bus.
Oh yeah,
buses.
definitely.
Buses, yeah.
Wait,
I got
buses? What do you mean?
Yeah, man. I
look,
got
just
buses,
listen.
man. I got buses coming out to
Oh, from
Party
New York,
buses.
from New York
Party
to
buses,
Jersey.
They gonna have let me stop.
he turned it up. But yeah, we gonna
Party
turn
buses?
we gonna turn it up like party buses though. Like we're
Okay.
gonna have the buses all turned up from New York. Going to Jersey to watch the fights. We got about 3 buses going out there. You guys can hit up.
So do the
Team-
buses come with the tickets or the
No,
buses
the buses
separate?
don't come. The buses are separate from the ticket.
Okay.
Buses don't come with the ticket. But you guys can hit up team_Carrington on Instagram. And then, September 23rd is the fight night. You guys can go ahead and follow me, Bruce_Carrington on Instagram, B_Carrington1 on Twitter. And then you guys always know that I got to promote my documentary out. There's Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com. And y'all keep an eye on this career, man. It's going to be a real long journey, real entertaining journey. And I'm going to always continue to try to give a crowd pleasing performance each and every time.
For sure, man. And I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. We're going to go ahead and end it. Take this picture with the champ. Catch us on the next one tomorrow, 12 p.m. right here from Wynn Casino. Bo, open the door.
What you doing, man? Yo, Bo. Man, what you doing, man?